All right, so it's 8:03 a.m. My video got cut off because of the storage space. So what I was trying to say was this couple, it was a pregnant woman and her, I don't know if that was her husband or boyfriend, and they had their 3-year-old baby that they kept purposely leaving by himself. And then they had this girl named Janisha that was a co-worker. She said she only been there for 2 weeks, but when I approached Janisha to try to talk to her and ask her a couple of questions, she looked at me like I was afraid she was gonna hit me or do something violent to me. Like she wanted me to get the fuck away from her, you know. And I asked her how long she'd been working there, and I saw Janisha lied to the lady and said that it's okay for her to leave the baby by herself. So that tells me Janisha is a perp as well. And it's like I better steer clear from her. So, but it's like, the lady went up, like she didn't believe me, and she also treated me like I didn't have a right to enforce the rules, you know. So she went up and asked Janisha, you know, about the leaving a 3-year-old child by themselves, and Janisha said yeah. And so, you know, some parents act like they think it's okay if they keep an eye on a child from a distance, but they said that the parents have to keep the children close to them, you know, for safety reasons, because it's very easy to get hurt, even killed and stuff like that. So my situation is I jumped in the foam pit yesterday. After work, I did some jumping despite being sleep deprived. I still jumped on the trampolines and stuff anyway. And I fell into the foam pit. And even people, there was an elderly white lady, but not that old, but she looked like she was in her 50s or 60s. And she was able-bodied enough to get in and get out. But I don't know how other people can get in and out of that foam pit with the foam cubes. And me, I can't do it. I have a hard time struggling to get out. So they left me in there for like 20 minutes. Well, one of the workers, I think she was new as well and wasn't sure what to do, but she tried to help me what she could. But it's like, it felt like I felt the same, I guess, hysteria from the typical drowning and nobody want to help you kind of situation. It's like, how long am I going to be stuck in this pit? But I'm glad one of the guests helped me, and she helped me, and I got dragged. They used this device to drag me out of there. I'm never doing that again. So I'm just going to stay on an open jump and do the stunt fall. I get too scared to jump high from the stunt fall, so I go backwards and just, like, I stand kind of low and then let myself fall backwards. And it's like, I realized that even 3-year-old kids can do backflips and front flips and stuff. And one lady was allowing her son to do this thing called a gainer, and she tried to argue me it wasn't a gainer and tried to lie and say it was a front flip. No, it wasn't. You know, that boy was doing, but he didn't know. He was a little 3-year-old. But I was telling her, you know, and she tried to wrestle with me, not physically, but, you know, verbally. So it's like some parents are respectful, but most of them, you know, do what the hell they want. And it's like rich people are always complaining about shit being overpriced, even though that place is overpriced. But the thing is, you know, you're rich enough that if you can drive a Subaru, have a paid off Subaru, and live in a quiet, fancy neighborhood, then you shut the fuck up about $13 of jumping being too overpriced. Just like the coffee shops I have a license to say that these coffee shops are overpriced because my ass is poor. But your ass is rich. And so you should shut the fuck up talking about these coffee shops around here being overpriced. So it's funny how the rich people always want to cry and complain about stuff being overpriced and stuff like that. You know, when they eat organic fruits and vegetables, they don't complain about that being overpriced. So, it's like they even have the luxury of growing their own garden. But I don't know if people in the hood, with gangsters and thugs in the hood, they don't care about growing a garden. They're the type of people who will run you over for some McDonald's, you know, run you over in their car just to get McDonald's. And I kind of veered off topic here. So, yeah, I mean, I even told Mike, I said that, you know, I did not mean for any trouble. And it's like, I know it wasn't a good look for the first day, not the orientation, but the shadow day plus the other day, you know, not having like an argument, but, you know, dealing with abusive, disrespectful parents and stuff like that, they act spoiled and entitled. So, that co-worker, what's his name? Justin? What he did, well, I guess all the situations were unnecessary and uncalled for and didn't have to happen, but they chose for that to happen for perp reasons. You know, and Justin is the type of person who would be a narcissistic perp who smile in everybody's face and kiss everybody's ass, and he's popular and the popular favorite without any good reason and stuff like that. You know, I really can't stand people. I really hate people like that. And then that Janesha girl, she treated me the way she treated me, but then there was this white guy, this white boy, I don't know his name, but they were having like extensive, long conversations talking. So Justin can go from his position to go and casually talk to other co-workers. But here I'm doing as I instructed and got yelled at for it. You know? And Justin did not have that authority. He's just a co-worker and he was fucking mad. You know, he wouldn't have treated other co-workers like that because I observed how he interacted with other co-workers plus the guests. No rudeness at all. So what he did to me, he didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that at all. So I think I'm done talking about everything for my first official day of, work. It doesn't look like I'll get to have luck with having any sleep until later tonight. And I don't know if I will get to sleep throughout the night. In the middle of the night, it's supposed to rain every day until Thursday, then go back to being cold. And I'm debating on whether or not to just use 1 week, get another week of hotel room again, since and maybe just that 1 week, but I don't know. Since it's supposed to rain so many days, I don't have enough money for hotel room for, let's see, between now and Wednesday. So I'm going to have to be forced to sleep, in the inclement rainy weather. And then, I'm going to have to be forced to sleep in the inclement rainy weather. And some people might be like, well, if you can sleep in the rainy weather the first 2 days, then you can sleep the other 2 days, the fourth and fifth day. Well, for a while, since I'm working, I'm hoping that the perps don't try to destroy my employment, But since I'm working, y'all won't have to worry about me. And plus the stimulus check, I don't have to ask for any money for, an indefinite and unknown amount of time. So, but I'ma still, be advertising, my books and whatever in the comments section And like, if you want to support me, you can support me. If you don't, then that's fine too. I appreciate it. Just simply, watching my videos is just enough. You don't have to. At now, I mean, you know, as long as you respect me and support me, and I respect and support you, that's fine. But as long as I'm, it's like, as long as I can, keep this job for a while, and I got the stimulus, so I don't have to ask anybody for anything. Well, at least starting Wednesday, I don't have to ask for anybody for anything. So it's like I'm trying as best as I can to try to fight to ignore the online perps and also the ones in person as well. But I'm emotionally sensitive, and so it's very difficult. I don't tolerate unfairness, so it's like I have to speak out on unfairness, people being unfair and abusive and stuff. So thanks for listening to me, and I'm gonna go for now. All right, love y'all, bye.